Okay, we back. And right now, the Manosphere is in shambles. Coach Greg Adams is out here moving like Thanos. Let's check it out.
Hey man, this is why I've been saying for a long time, I gotta leave the Manosphere. I can't. The Manosphere is not for me. I've outgrown it. A lot of the Manosphere elite, weak, limp-wristed individuals. They're simps. All right, and what they want is they want traditional marriage and control over women, which they're never gonna get. All right, they're never gonna get it. I mean, listen, I'm glad that I've outgrown the so-called Manosphere in the male space, because it's a bunch of males. Most of you loser males are never getting the traditional wife. Most of you loser males are never going to be successful. You're never going to get the traditional marriage. You're a fucking loser male. If you're lucky, you're going to be a stepdaddy at best. Hey, man.
So, I agree with him. I've been saying since day one that the Manosphere is weird. I've said that years ago. Now, I do like a lot of the things that the Manosphere teaches men, which is kind of crazy to me that men have to be taught these things these days. Like, for example, I know Myron from Fresh and Fit always says, hey, you should make a lot of money or have a great career. You know, you should get in the gym, learn how to take care of yourself, groom yourself. Like, those type of things are cool, But on the other side, the other thing that the Manosphere teaches is like the He-Man woman-hating side, right? This incel behavior, like they call them. These guys are called, and I think they were birthed from the Manosphere. Incels, involuntarily celibate. You're not involuntarily celibate. You just don't get none because you're a loser, right? And I think that the majority of the content from the Manosphere has made guys losers, right? So like you'll see, I need a wife or a woman that is a virgin, one that is this year's 18 or 21 years old, that knows how to fold clothes, cook, clean, clip my toenails, rub my back, do circles around the yard. Like, just a whole bunch of unrealistic stuff and unrealistic expectations as far as when it comes to relationships. And I get it, right? Like a lot of it is entertainment, right? And then some of the guys in the Manosphere you can clearly see aren't true players, right? Kevin Samuels was a player. There's another guy, he produces this type of content, Rom Wills. He's a player, right? Coach Greg Adams, he's a player, right? And again, it could just be my age, right? I was born in 87. I'm 38. I was getting women before the internet, right? I started chasing women, whatever, in middle school, right? And I hate using the word chasing because that's not all I did, but I'm just using that as an example. Like, we would actually walk up to women, talk to women, things like that. I talked about this in my last video, where now guys don't do that. And women say that guys don't do that. Instead, you see guys arguing with women, talking, negatively about women, right? And, at the same time, being afraid of rejection. And it's always just been a weird space to me. I never understood it, right? And again, I've been with the same woman for 16 years, right? I know a lot of guys are going to say, hey, you're a simp, right? I actually have the traditional marriage, right? And marriage isn't for everyone. It's totally fine. You don't have to get married. But the thing is, you're not going to get what you're looking for, whether you're looking for a girlfriend, you want multiple women, or, you want to get married. You're not going to do that by being a part of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. It's just not going to happen. It's always been a weird space to me. And I know guys say, feminism. As soon as I hear the words feminism, I automatically know you're an incel. You just don't get none, right? That's some internet shit. That whole feminism thing. Now, feminism is real. However, the ideals are only or mostly prevalent on the internet. In the real world, no woman is going to approach you, or if you approach a woman, she's going to be like, yeah, I'm a feminist, and I think this, that. Like, bruh, that's some internet shit. I can tell when people have been too connected to the internet and not enough of a connection to reality, okay? And like I said, I know guys are gonna be like, you're a simp. Like, trust me, even though I'm married, I still get way more women than you. I promise. Women DM me online, on Instagram all the time. They DM my wife. Like, it's really like that. And, this incel culture not only spills over to, on the women. I see guys in women's comments on X and on what's the other one? Threads. Like a woman would just post something and you'll have guys in the comments, oh, look at this whore, or yeah, she just wants money and just a whole bunch of weird stuff, you know? And if a woman leaves with money, which back in my, you know, my player days, like the ones that would, just leave them alone. Just walk away. Right. And it just is what it is. It's a very simple concept. Like men are simple creatures. So are women. Right. Women are visual just like men. A lot of people don't know that, but they are. That's why I tell guys that have women trouble, go to the gym, get in shape. Right. Learn how to fight. Learn how to properly operate a firearm. Learn how to use the firearm. Learn how, you know, just, get licensed to carry. Like protect and provide. Right. Providing is having a great career. Protecting is being able to, you know, handle business when it needs to be handled. These are simple, very simple concepts. And the manosphere has made a lot of these things very complicated. You have these different levels of game. You got handsome man's game, and then you have a masculine frame and all this weird shit. Like, I don't understand how dating has even become this complicated when it's not. It's not. You know, when I go out, women approach me all the time, right? And mind you, I'm married, so I don't approach them, but they approach me all the time, right? So I don't really understand or get it, you know, or you know, I even get choosing signals. I guess that's the words I use now, but I really never understood the mindset around this thing, and I see it spilling over into onto other guys' social media and content as well. Like I see incels in my comments all the time. I don't even read the comments no more, but I used to see incels when I used to teach people, all right, like, look, here's the play with real estate. Here's the play with, you know, getting credit cards, bank loans, right? That's why I stopped putting out that type of content, because the user, a lot of them were incels. They would get mad because someone's trying to help them, right? And even there's this guy going viral right now, King68 the Great, I think that's his name. You know, if you look at one of his social media posts, you'll see guys in the comments, oh, you're only getting women because you're tall, and, you know, these women are just prostitutes and da da da. You completely missed it. He's a player. He has that energy. He's a player. And players get women, not incels, right? You're involuntarily celibate for a reason, right? And then now you have this new thing called the crucible. Like, bro, it's not 1776. You know, that it's like the whole thing is just weird. You know, and a lot of y'all guys are just, you know, somebody need to check y'all browsing history, because, you know, a lot of it doesn't add up. You know, it's a very weird paradigm. And, you know, I actually like Coach Greg Adams. I think he goes by also Free Agent Lifestyle. He has some pretty decent and realistic ideals. But, you know, if you actually need help, you know, getting women, the best advice I can give you is to actually go outside in the real world, right? And just talk to women, approach them. Like, it's not that complicated. Back in the day, that's all we had. We ain't had the internet. And I say back in the day, like I'm old. I mean, I am old. I'm 38. But all we had was the internet. We didn't have, like, you know, I think the furthest in my team, the furthest we got was a sidekick, and that didn't really have like the internet. Like nobody was on it. Like we had to have great memory, memorizing girls' numbers, just in case we ain't have no, you know, the flip phone died or whatever the case was. You know, pencil and paper. Like, you know, it came a long way, right? Wait, let me get your number, your Instagram, text you, you know, whatever, right? So again, you know, the manosphere, in my opinion, has made people antisocial, or men, right? Antisocial. And if you see women on the outside in the real world that, you know, that are, I call it the escort lifestyle, right? If you see women in the real world that adopt that, just move on. Just move on. It's cool. There are plenty more women to go around to meet, right? If she says, hey, he got to make this amount of money a year, got to pay all my bills, like, she doesn't like you. It's plain and simple. Like the game is simple. She doesn't like you if she tells you got to pay her to go on a date. That's an escort. Okay. That's not a date. That's an escort, right? Ask her where her list crawler or her back page link is. That's called an escort, right? And even with that, right, the women that subscribe to that aren't really about that life. They're not. Because as soon as somebody treats them like an escort, the game's gonna that light switch gonna switch off. Like, nah, this ain't it. Right. So that's some internet shit. Again, just like how we got the incels that live on the internet, you also have women that live on the internet too. And the ones that, you know, you'll see them typing, oh yeah, man, he gotta make $1 million and you click on their profile and like, come on, sis. Like, come on. Like, that's just wishful thinking. It's not even a reality for you, because the ones that do have that reality aren't going to be on the internet talking about it. They're not going to be on the pop the balloon challenge. Like you really won't see them, right? You'll see them when you see them if you have access to those groups, right? But in reality, the internet got men and women crashing out. But I just wanted to just talk about this because it's very interesting that this popped up on my timeline. And I saw this and I used to think like the same exact thing. Like a lot of you guys are just losers, and that's just real.